Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it pick a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not press the floor. Make up what I seen to. Make a man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make a man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the them can sell out Rasta, can't sell it out. I sell out Babylon. Big man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Big man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead can sell out Rasta. I sell out, I sell out Babylon. Yes, stop on the Friday. You might throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black baby man throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black big man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
Stibbidim day, stibbidim day, stibbidim day. We We in Global TV say certain kind of friend we no keep. And some informer friend we love Lake. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV. Check it.
Good morning from already 32-degree Britain. Expect to top to 33, 35 today. Do you have that beach-ready summer body? Or will you just roll out today and tomorrow in whatever God gave to you? But it is basking weather in London and the United Kingdom today. So obviously, on the other side of the pond, we're not really grudging about good weather because ours is intolerable today and the humidity is very sticky and clammy and lazy out there. I know somebody is going to kill their cat in this weather today, only if you're not prepared with enough water and fruits to battle through what we have to go through in the next 2 days. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. We have on 3 fans in the house, and the place is still hot because hosting a Britain don't design to deal with these type of hot weather. So, we can't afford air condition. Now, if me can't afford it, me not use it because it really make me sick. So, it won't be long. We just have to toggle through it. We'll be back in that miserable cold in no time. Sharon Bernard, good morning. Good morning. Marcia Thomas, good morning. Gloria Morris. Morning all and welcome. Beat and Teach, good morning. Debbie Jarvis TV. Gloria Morris, good morning. Good morning. Who else is here? Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I hope I'm not passing anyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We have a few issues to catch up on this morning because so much is happening in our country. Donnet, Harriet, good morning. Lynn Miles, good morning. Rosemary Samuels, good morning. Violet Watson. Arlene Scott, good morning. Ladybug, good morning. Yvonne Johnson, good morning. Good morning. Rosemary Samuels, good morning. Who else is here? Jamrock 8766. Good morning. Kayla Shelley, good morning. Sunshine. Sophia Hall, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Marjorie Lewis. Good morning, Zenith Beckford. Good morning, the TikTok. Good morning. Don't know how long we can keep it up for. PNP Poodle, good morning. Maureen Combs, good morning. Insta Nanny. Debbie and Duncan Seats. Atonia Mill and Natonia Mills. I don't call it right anyway. Nikisha Atabas, good morning and welcome. Good morning and welcome. Let me start with the PNP first.
I want to say one little thing. We have a wicked tune where we released the other day, you know? Yeah, man. We're marching on to progress. It'll take life on the road, you know? You want to see Labor Right dance to it, to them love it too. Look where you piece like that.
March, we are march, 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 we are march, 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 we are marching on to progress. Time goes on the alarm. Nothing don't care what we live and say, I want to say we are. Now we need to fight, live right, and to set Jamaica free. We are that fire complex, and we march into victory.
Pull up that. Yeah, man. Why nice to kill. But I want to tell some little GLP apologists in the media. And don't worry yourself. I love we are dealing with, you know. The word is love, you know. When we talk about we are blood and fire, comrade. We're resilient. We're passionate. We're determined to see change. We're not afraid of nobody. We are going to do what we have to do. But we are doing it within the law. And we are doing it with love for our country. Because we love Jamaica. And we love our people. So you don't have to worry about that. Just enjoy the music, man. Lick it again, the selector.
March, we are march, march, march. March, we are march, march, march. We are marching on to progress. Time goes on, we are not. We don't care what we live like. Say, our masters say we are. We need to fight to live our life. And to set Jamaica free.
Everybody. Whoa!
We are the build back.
We are the build back. Better than before. Everything that takes away.
We are the bring back.
We are the set it right and restore.
Blood and Fire comrades, good morning. Don't come here. Blood and Fire comrades, love the song. I think the song is shocking. I think it even surpassed Forward Portia Forward. Are you, though, Mark Golden and the PNP, marching on to progress or limp hazarding on to progress is my question this morning. The broader question this morning is the People's National Party playing politics? Of course, there is a level of game in politics, but when it comes to social democracy, the people is at the center of it. What am I really rambling about? The protests. What protests? Yes, the FID protests. Is it the PNP playing politics, or are they really concerned about corruption and the miserable leadership of the country? This government has done a lot of disgraceful, reckless, and illegal things. The killing of our babies, the killing of the Jamaican people by the National Health Service, I view as more of a critical issue than Dennis Chung's appointment. Dennis Chung's appointment is disgraceful. It is nepotism. I would say it's unconstitutional because he does not have the requirement. Does the thing have to scale down to match him to carry out the Prime Minister corruption? I don't think that's the biggest issue in the country for Mark Golden and the comrades to take to the street. Andrew Holness has provided us an awful lot more. Why the PNP is not going out there to demonstrate on Dr. Tufton's resignation or refuse to sit in Parliament with a blatant baby killer? This leads me to believe that the People's National Party is playing politics, which I'm not going to sit quiet on. Because if it is that you come out on the big issue, then they're telling us that the biggest issue, particularly over the last 5 years, is the FID issue. Look how much baby killed. Look how much we are being killed by Dr. Tufton. Where is the PNP? Blood and Fire comrades. Well, our life don't matter. Blood and Fire comrades. we're waiting and the go ahead. No, people, they may not believe in them thing there. So you mean to say if somebody had chopped you, somebody had shot after you, you're going to wait until you get the go ahead to shout, to demonstrate, to protest that them a shot after me and them a chopper. That means the PNP is doing a limp hazard job. You're all not marching on to progress. You're limp hazarding on to progress. We're in an election campaign. There's no time to wait and see. This is what disgusts me about the People's National Party. The sit down and wait and see when we are being murdered by this government. And the only thing the People's National Party see as the biggest and the most important issue to come out on is the FID issue. Spare me the thought. This is not an opposition that I am confident with, not afraid to say it. Look what the JLP did to you in Dr. Fenton Ferguson time. And when I was sitting in parliament with them, when Dr. Tufton, Dr. Tufton, the baby them born premature, it's still your fault, Dr. Tufton, because the necessary equipments and everything and speciality that you should have provided in the hospital, Dr. Tufton, to keep these babies alive, you did not. So still Dr. Tufton killed the baby them. Understand a bacteria. It's not bacteria. It's because they were born premature. Premature, 24 baby, premature baby born at 24 months can live. It happens regularly here. Baby who born prematurely at 24 months live with proper health care. So it means, Dr. Tufton, that you're not providing the necessary health care to keep our babies alive. Don't get me wrong. Dr. Dawes is doing a wonderful job. Is the PNP working as a team? I don't know. Is the People's National Party, is the 63 soon-to-be candidate across the country from the People's National Party really have our interests at heart? Or is it power at heart? 24 babies killed in 24 days. Of course, the PNP is making noise over it. But the PNP reached a street when the Prime Minister appointed his friend to block and to protect the Prime Minister's corruption. The PNP was hurt by that, to the point where they took comrades on the street 2 weeks in a row. What happened to a life? Why not concerned about Dennis Chung salary and status and appointment, but not about our life, PNP? How that goes so? PNP, how that goes so? I think our life should be the most important cause that the opposition seek to tackle this government on. I'm still not impressed. The opposition needs to be more robust. We're in an election campaign. The government is going AWOL and everything. And the opposition is picking and choosing what they tackle or what are the important issue. Are you all not listening to us, Mark Golden? Are you all not listening to us as to what is important to us? Because if you all are meaningful opposition, it's what is important to the people that you focus on, Mark Golden. And we shouldn't be back here, PNP, a drag Mark Golden and the PNP in a them slouchy country bunkanism. We shouldn't be back here at the moment How much 2-3 years ago we've been dragging Mark Golden on that? It's time for full force ahead. If we no mean say the people no care about. But what I am seeing PNP is about power. Because to say, Andrew Holness has given it to us. I will get to them, Melissa. I will get to them. But leadership is what Mark Golden is vying for. And that's what we want to see. Your leadership quality comes out as an opposition. At that time, you have to show the people that you are worthy to be chosen as a leader. Andrew Holness did it. Andrew Holness did it in 2014, 15 and all that. Him show the country that I can lead. Even though he tricked the country. Even though he tricked the country. This is why the PNP needs to take it actively to the street. The newspaper them now focus on it. We all know, and we must stop focusing on newspaper. Let me say why. Newspaper now have no ratings in our country anymore. Now no power of narrative anymore. The narrative is kept in social media. This is where the narrative is. Social media. It doesn't matter if mainstream media is not picking up the story. Us vloggers are on the story. And if the PNP gets out there and galvanize the people, because this is what opposition party does, galvanize the people. But the PNP is not galvanizing the people at the moment. The PNP is still in the comrade-ism and not in the Jamaica-ism, which I'm not comfortable with. I am not comfortable with Mark Golden opposition at this point. We need to be more robust. We need to be on top of everything. We cannot pick and choose at this point what is important. Everything is important, but the people's life, Mark Golden, and the PNP matters above all. I'm not confident. Andrew Holness still can buy and thief him way to power. There ought to be a demonstration against Tufton. And it ought to be led by a competent, capable opposition. It is Mark Golden's job to lead the people. Otherwise, he shouldn't be going for power. If you don't think in opposition, you ought to step up and lead the people at the most critical time. We will have the same thing in government. The limp hazard, laziness, the slouchiness. We're going to have the same thing in government. I'm not impressed at all. The parents, as Melissa Green says, where are the concerned mothers and fathers? Let me tell you what is happening to the Jamaican people, Melissa. We have been put to sleep for quite some time. The sleep has gotten deeper and deeper. Without good leadership, the sleep will only continue. We have been, I wouldn't call the word, desensitized as a people. We have been desensitized that nothing shocks the psyche anymore. We are a people that live in constant trauma. We are a people that live in constant trauma. Under this government, under this present government, the people are living in fear. The reason why I want Mark Golding and the PNP to lead the people, it will push away some of the fear when it is led by the opposition. And we see that in those two demonstrations as opposed to other demonstrations. Our country is lacking leadership all around. So when the people are in fear, the people are being desensitized. What you need is leadership. Look at Burkina Faso at the moment, the change in the people's psyche because of good leadership. We're not getting it from JLP, certainly not. A barrage of criminals and crooks. But I don't see the reliable promise from the People's National Party to hold on to either. Yes, PNP, wanna run, the truth hurt, wanna no better than the Labour right them. Wanna don't want to hear the truth. Only Pano in a quiet and mumble about Mark Golding and the PNP slouchiness, particularly at this point. But honor of the view that if Mark Golding and the PNP has been criticized in public by people like us who would support the PNP or on a thing of PNP or whatever, it's going to put Mark Golding at a disadvantage. I don't care. Like literally. My job is to pull the bootstrap up. And if Mark Golding and the PNP bootstrap is not tightened, it's my job to point it out, Mark Golding, that tighten up that you might just fall over it. Una no better on the Labour right them. Una afraid of constructive criticism. Una no happy. Me not happy. Una can't sit down and shut una mouth. Me not doing it. Because there's no reason why Mark Golding and the PNP should be doing such a lazy job at the moment with a criminal government in power. You don't have the power in a parliament. Take the people to the street. You're not having a weekly press conference. You're not having a weekly demonstration. You just sit down and wait for the people them vote. So to put them decide to sell them vote, Mark Golding. To put them decide to sell them vote to Andrew. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know Jamaicans cheap. You know we licky. You know we want got and you know we're hungry. To poor we decide to sell, we vote, Mark Golding. What are you going to do? Because you're not working for it at the moment, and you know, say, our belly will go for fuss. Andrew Holness have the money, you know. He's not afraid to buy power. It is why he has starved us for so long. It is why Andrew Holness has been starving us for so long. If we come buy we out when we're hungry. The country cannot surrender themselves to Andrew Holness and the crooks them. The country must stand up, fight back, and push back against Andrew Holness and where he's taking us. We're not out of the wood yet, Mark Golden and the PNP. And just still have the opportunity to fuck up this country for another 5 more years. And that will be down to the laziness of the PNP. That will be down to the laziness of the PNP. We cannot tolerate Andrew Holness again, not even for another day after the general election as an opposition leader. Not even as opposition leader. We can't tolerate Andrew Holness. But Andrew Holness is in a good position. Jamaica people are easy to be fooled. They're easy to be bought out, Carlos Wagwan. Jamaica people are easy to be fooled. They're easy to be, but them cheap, them licky, them wanga got. It don't take much. You see the expansion of KFC across the country at this point, just about when a general election is due, isn't it? And Uno plays softball with Andrew Holness. When Andrew Holness a walk and Tufton a walk and kill off so much of we, 24 babies in 24 days, and the PNP don't think that's an important thing to go out and demonstrate about, but on a run go play politics with Dennis Strong's appointment. It's blatant politics. Because if Dennis Strong is the bigger issue for the PNP to come out on, I'm scared. If that's the biggest issue, I am worried. Because Andrew Holness have done tantamount worse than Dennis Strong's appointment. 15,000 of us murdered on an annual basis by this government, by Dr. Tufton. Why is the People's National Party not demonstrating against Dr. Tufton? Why are the concerned parents across the country is not demonstrating against Dr. Tufton? Of course, there's no leadership coming from Andrew Holness. And definitely there's no leadership coming from Mark Golden. Because if Mark Golden thinks that the most important thing to us is FID appointment, then you've got the priority of the nation wrong, Mark Golden. Totally wrong. You've got the nation priority. If you think the most important thing is an appointment of a crook, which we always have appointment of crooks, if the bloody truth be told. We've always have crooks, Mark Golden, nepotist, cronyist, appointed to high position. It's nothing new. So why not say the need to play politics with Dennis Strong and not politics over the drill, the calling of 15,000 of us and 24 babies in 24 days? Don't play politics with us. Because this is one blogger, this is one journalist when I go shut up and say, okay, when Mark Golden win, I'll criticize him. No, I'm hot on the heels, Mark Golden. I am hot on the heels. Thank you, David. Thank you very much. I am hot on the heels, Mark Golden, and you're not doing an impressive job. Cliff Hughes came out and attacked you the other day, and I wanted to attack Cliff Hughes, but Cliff Hughes, a lot of what Cliff Hughes said was blatant, just lie and JLP propaganda. But you're not making it better for yourself or the party, Mark Golden. We need to see confident leadership as an opposition leader where we can say this will be robust leadership as government. So far, you're not a robust opposition. Limp hazard and lazy shouldn't be an issue at this particular point, PNP. Pull up on a bootstrap, tie on a shoes lace, otherwise we're not going to chip and bloody fall over it. Remember me telling you, PNP, and I just saw me left on this morning. Blood and fire, comrades. Are you marching on to victory or are you limp hazarding on to failure?
Ease off the pressure. Now Jamaica can't take no more. We are stepping out of darkness into the light and without corruption. Now we are marching on. Praise the time goes on, we allow.
Everybody.
We don't care what we never can say or what they say. We are need to fight, we never die. And to set Jamaica free.
What we do?
We are that fire.
Sean, let me respond to you. It's not about when the issue comes out. This is regular for the People's National Party. There have been several major issues. We had 8 dead babies in 2023, didn't we? We have 8 dead babies in 2023, and they still didn't do anything. It's a matter of a lot of the big issues that they should have been demonstrating on before the FID issue comes up. I'm sure the Prime Minister's integrity is worse than the FID's appointment. There has many corruption of this government that is bigger than the FID issue. They've never came out until FID. That for me is plain politics. The PNP has always been lazy on issue. For 2-3 years, about 2-3 years now, we've been badgering the PNP. You need to be more robust. You are letting Andrew Holness off too lightly. The Prime Minister is getting away with too much. At least a weekly press conference. It shows something. But coming out to demonstrate on FID is politics. The PNP then should show us that this is not politics. Pick up the issues of the country and run with it. Just like I want to pick up the issue of Dennis Strong's appointment and run with it. Pick up the big issue of the country that matters to us, PNP, and run with it. Otherwise, it is simple, just plain politics. Debbie Jervis, thank you. It is simple, just plain politics. Are you marching on to progress, or are you limp hazarding onto failure?
Everything that takes place, we have to bring back. We have to set it right and restore. Time comes, ease off the pressure. Now Jamaica can't take no more. We are stepping up.
Time come to ease off the pressure because Jamaica can take no more. Because, Miss Morrison, how you doing? Jamaica really can't take no more. That's the truth. The risk, though, is that Jamaica may be served up more of the same type of shit that we have been enduring for the last 9 years. And we can't sit down and hope that the PNP will win or that Andrew will lose. Politics is an active battle. PNP. Don't keep on make Andrew Holness throwing you the bones and you bury them. Pick them up and run with them. Andrew Holness, with all of what's been happening, particularly in the last 5 years, his credibility rating should be floored. His credibility rating should be on the floor. He shouldn't be running up against the PNP at the moment. It tells me that the opposition is possible not doing a great job at pointing out the constant, miserable failure of this government. It's not a certainty that Andrew Holness will lose, you know. Of course, the nation is fed up, but the nation is also hungry. The nation is fed up, but the nation is also hungry. And Andrew Holness knows how to treat hungry people. Even though the Prime Minister walk around and talk to asphalt, like you've seen with him and Bobby Montague, you literally see them standing out there talking to the pebbles. But election day is a totally different thing. And that 24-hour, that 24-hour before the poll open is the biggest money push that Andrew Holness will be making across the country. Because they will be buying every vote that they can to keep them in power. Andrew Holness realized, Mark Golden, that he has failed. Are you pointing it out enough to the country? Because one of the things that I don't sit well with me, if you have the time to follow the People's National Party campaign or wherever they go on a nightly or whatever basis, they're saying a lot of things. How much people is that getting through to though, Mark Golden? Whereas if you speak to the nation in a press conference, you have it more widely circulated on social media, because a lot more vloggers would run with your press conference as opposed to your political campaign, because people like me is not interested in political campaign, because it's the same usual fuckery that we hear all the time. So it's nothing. It's nothing for me that I'm interested about listening to you all on the political campaign, because it's what they want to use to confuse with all the time. But if you speak to the nation in a press conference, you get more widely put out there, because you'll have vloggers who will replay your press conference who probably don't interested in on a political campaign. If only from the time I've been saying it, normalize on a weekly press conference, you know the audience build up you would be having with these big issues in the current political cycle. Nikita Burchell, Bunting fix up Dolly baby. Nikita Burchell, Bunting China Dolly. Bunting, where you and your money control the PNP. Your hellbent-ism, Peter Bunting, is PNP destruction. Your hell-bent-ism, Peter Bunting, on controlling the People's National Party, may be, Peter Bunting, the destruction of the People's National Party. Because the China Dolly where you have there, you know, Peter Bunting, doesn't serve the receipt that you pay for it. Just like how Andrew Holness girl when put on the high seat. Peter Bunting must remove in China Dolly from PR and make somebody who understand PR do PR rather than the China Dollyism. And that's where I leave the PNP for this morning. Let us turn to other disgraceful issues occurring in our country. Dennis Chung. I want me to if you cuss about Dennis Chung, say again. Hold on, let me see if I remember what me for quarrel about. Okay, so, but we never expect Andrew Holness to comply with this. The government deny request for details on changes to FID top job criteria. The bit that captures me, though, this is coming out now, which I wanted to come out to find out why Andrew Holness placed Dennis Strong there, because it looked like them not have confidence in a Fitzbailey. So Fitzbailey I go carry out the Prime Minister's corruption, because Fitzbailey was selected in the first round. Fitzbailey would have had the law enforcement requirement to meet the criteria that they watered down in order to meet Dennis Strong's lack of experience for the criteria. So we never expect Andrew Holness to comply on anything of such. So, but Gleaner, let me say this to the Gleaner, because we know where the Observer is, we know where Nationwide is. Nikita Burchell is the PR for the People's National Party, and she's doing a horrible job. The PNP has no media presence, Debian. Cousin Myrna, how you doing? The PNP has no media presence. No media presence. Mark Golden page, very shabby. The People's National Party social media page is very shabby. Oh, God. I've been saying this for quite some time. The PNP PR tool is flattened on the floor. They don't have a strong presence in social media without vloggers. The People's National Party do not have a strong presence of their own on social media. And that ought to be Nikita Burchell's job. And she have quite some time to get it right. And the PNP is still loggerhead when it comes to their PR in public. That's because we have Debbie, I keep saying this. Stop focusing on mainstream media. Nobody is interested in mainstream media anymore. Social media controls the narrative. Social media is a tool that allows you to create your own narrative and set the narrative. PNP is not using social media to do that. Forget about mainstream media. It's dead in the water. Nobody have time to watch TV at home or listen to radio. Everybody is catching up with the fix on social media. YouTube, TikTok, those are the two biggest out there at the moment. Of course, Instagram and Facebook big as well. But when it comes to presentational broadcasting, YouTube and TikTok, it's where it is at. Look at all the pages that the PNP run across social media. They're not up to date on the issues. Just like how you go on the Prime Minister page and you see, even if the Prime Minister, shit, Prime Minister, we don't need to see your fuckery. The Prime Minister posts it. The PNP, Nikita Burchell, is not doing a great job with PR. PR, when you're in PR, you're meant to be on top of all of the big issues. You're meant to be on top of all of the big issues. You're meant to be putting out and counteracting all the flaws of the Jamaica Labour Party. If you're not doing that, then you're not doing a great job at PR. If you're not doing that, you're not doing a good job at PR. Look at the amount of things that happen in this country. And when you go up on the PNP page, whether Mark Golden page or the PNP YouTube or something, the page, there's no up-to-date information. There's several issues running in the country on a daily basis that the PNP needs to highlight and have an opinion on. We can't always be wondering what is the PNP opinion on that. They must be pumping their opinions out in the public. It's how you get people to come over to you. It's how you wake up even docile laborites who sit down and get conned by Andrew Holness. I don't see that. When I go over the PNP pages, I don't see that. I literally don't. And if you don't see it and I miss it, send it to me. But I don't see it. When I go over the Prime Minister's speech, I see all sorts of bullshit, irrelevant bullshit. Just to confuse the people. The PNP are not doing a great job with their social media pages. There's various issues tumbling over in this country on a daily basis where the PNP needs to have an opinion on. They will be the next government if successful in the general election. We can't sit down and just wonder, so. If we ask me more questions, you know, Lord Jesus, I have to move on. So I spend one whole hour on PNP already. But PNP is not lazy and it irritates me. Why is it irritating? The life of the country hangs in the balance of this laziness. The life of the country, Mark Golden and the PNP, hangs in the balance of the laziness of the PNP. Just imagine, PNP, blood and fire comrades, imagine 5 more years of Andrew Holness. Imagine the PNP didn't cross it. And we have 5 more years of Andrew Holness. It is not impossible. It is what all of us are working against. What I'm not going to do is sit down quietly if me not think it'll go right. Listen, of course, a lot of PNP vloggers out there are doing a good job. They're not the ones who are seeking power, though. They're not the ones who will be making decision when given power. Wanna stop shelter the PNP. Comrades wanna do it all the time. Stop shelter the PNP. That's why I now go turn Chopper John and Vegas round here. Because this is what we're asking us vloggers to do. Is to shield and shelter Mark Golden and the PNP. Tear down Andrew Holness, all when it's not necessary. Me not do it. Me not do it that way there. You understand? I am doing it from a basis of honesty, with love for my country. And that make me do it. So me now go shelter Mark Golden and the PNP. If there are issues that I must call them out on, I'm going to certainly do it. Because we have fun when we are draw down Andrew Holness and him corruption. We must have fun when we are set the PNP straight as well. In the whole thingy that will come out. The Fed, not the Fed, the drill galang in. So you know them as a government companies that get in contract with the government ought to, the ultimate beneficiary or owner of the company ought to be known before the contract. But the government not seem to be interested in anything of that sort at all. Because you know, there's somebody there protected who owns medical technologies, and we're never probably going to know until it's not wasting time, Rasta Bennett, because Andrew Holness has taken the country in a position where even labor rights don't comfortable where the country is. Majority of us Jamaicans want a different direction. The PNP at the moment is the only other option. So me now waste my time on the PNP. Me I pull up the PNP socks to make sure say we not end up in a 5 more dismal year again, because this is where we're really heading. The possibility is still open for Andrew Holness to give us 5 more years of it. And I hope if the PNP don't sit up well and deal with the issue, no, I'm not read the 18 degree article yet. If the PNP not sit up well, Andrew Holness can buy this election. Jamaica people don't vote on policy. Jamaica people don't vote on policy. If everybody in the PNP was a Dr. Dawes and was a Dayton Campbell, you know how much a robust tear down this government would get? So this government is making sure at every level and every corner we try to seek accountability from this government. We're being blocked. We are being blocked on a daily basis. This government crime and corruption run daily. Why don't you think the PNP opposition to all of this should run daily? We shouldn't have to come out here and quarrel on PNP if you come represent we well. Not at this point. Not at this point. And that's why you have to celebrate people like Dr. Dawes and Dayton Campbell. Because the work that Dayton Campbell hail out to Dayton Campbell, because without Dayton Campbell, the PNP would be a dead rat. And you all know it. Without Dr. Campbell, the PNP would be a dead rat. If they were all like Dr. Campbell, if they were robust as enough, look upon the pressure where Dr. Dawes have Dr. Tufton under. Look upon the pressure where Dr. Tufton. Oh, my browser lost connection to Una, hear me? Hold on. Let me fix back my background. The pressure. TikTok, if you don't miss me, if you don't lose me at the battery, I got dead. Hold on. Let me see if I have a... Oh, God. I'm going to become slappy tidy. So, hold on, them my babes. Why am I slappy tidy, sir? Don't stop me slappy tidy. Hold on, the government. Hold on, the government. A little done. Right. So I don't. Can you hear me on TikTok? Yes. Not TikTok. Thingy that my camera keep knocking out on YouTube. Never mind. But if the whole of the PNP them was as robust as Dr. Campbell and Dr. Dawes, this government would have been in big problem. This government would have been in big problem. Again, you have ISAT in the East. Is doing a great job. It is why the Vases are so disgruntled. Of course, we're not doing a campaign or whatever, but one must also remember the role that social media plays. Forget about the mainstream media, the dead thing in the ocean. Forget about it. Social media has shown its power from 2008 in Barack Obama's election. I don't know why the PNP and UIC sit down. Oh, the mainstream media has abandoned us. Why don't you create your own media? I have my own media here, haven't I? I have my own media. Why the PNP can't do a weekly press conference on the major issues? We have so much of them in our country. Why can't they do a weekly press conference? That's communicating with the people. That's waking up the people. That's showing leadership to the people. If Uno wants to stay quiet and end up back with Andrew Holness, Uno don't expect me in our next Andrew Holness 5 years to come back out here, come fight Andrew Holness for another 5 years. Me not do it. I'm telling you, Jamaica people, if Andrew Holness win the next election, don't look for political vlogging from me. Don't look for political vlogging from me. If Andrew Holness win the next election, me not go waste 5 more years of my time. I can tell you that from now. Because anybody vote for Andrew Holness, a mix up them want. So, we're going to mix up. Let me read a quick article from Zara Burton. This article, I think, came out yesterday. Lack of beneficial ownership return trigger probe by entity that registered the renews government contract. Zara Burton. The Public Procurement Commission, PPC, say it has now commenced an investigation following questions from 18 Degree North about how it could have earlier this month renewed the registration of Medical Technologies Limited to be able to continue getting government contract, seemingly in contravention of its own law. 18 Degree North had previously reported that Medical Tech, at the center of the controversy over the $31 million drill, neurosurgical drill, sold to the government Southeast regional authorities had received over 201 million. That would be 1.85 US million in public contract between 2008 and 2020. And the drill deal awarded in 2024 suggests that it had continued to get taxpayers funded contract past this time period. Section 4 subparagraph, right? Section 4 subsection 3 subparagraph C of the Public Procurement Registration and Classification of Suppliers Regulation 2019 states that the Commission may renew the supplier registration if it is satisfied that during the preceding registration period, the applicant has not engaged in any contract amounting to a contravention of the Act or any other relevant laws. And yet, the Milverton Reynolds chaired PPC, which is the public entity that registered the renewed government contractors, renewed medical tech registration for 3 years, effectively 2nd of June 2025. So right now, the middle of the debacle. Despite a public revelation 2 weeks earlier that the company has a trustee shareholder, possibly violating Section 23, subsection A of the Companies Amendment Act 2023, which prohibits nominee shareholders for Jamaican companies. Furthermore, Medical Tech also has no beneficial ownership form on file at the company's office. Another potential breach. Section 377, subsection A, subparagraph C, subparagraph 1, subparagraph C, rather, mandate that companies file this return annually. Medical Tech current PPC registration certificate valid 2nd of June 2025 to 2nd of June 2028. The PPC say it could not retrieve the previous certificate because of technical difficulties, but that the company previously registration period would have been around October 2023 to 2025. So is it that for a 2-year period they've been getting government contract but not registered by the PPC? Is this what you're understanding from the article Beat and Teach? That for about a 2-year period there's no documentation of Medical Tech registered with PPC while getting government contract? Or is my understanding wrong? Oh, that's your understanding as well. Let me read over this paragraph. Medical Tech current PPC registration valid June 2nd, 2025 to June 2nd, 2028. The PPC said it could not retrieve a previous certificate because of technical difficulties, This brings me to Dr. Chang and his bullshit, which we'll get into in a bit. Technical difficulties. These certificates are normally done in hard and soft copies. It's a computer-based thingy, is it not? I would imagine. Or if you issue a certificate, if the PPC issued a certificate to medical technologies, then PPC ought to have the original for that certificate, isn't it? Because wherever you get a certificate, what you get is a certified copy. The original of that is held by the creator of whatever that is. So they have difficulties retrieving the previous certificate, which would have covered from October 2023 to 2025. Bear with me, please. Someone is at the door.
Oh, thy peace, the God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone.
Is a delivery as usual. I'm going to open it on live because I don't know what. Globalist, I seem to be having a problem where sometimes I will order the things them, and when the delivery man turn up, I realize, oh wow, my castor oil. Maybe I want something there. Is my big bottle of castor oil to use on my skin. Alrighty. So I'm now going to run out of castor oil. That's 1,000 mil. So that should do me for some time. Right, let's get back to the article. Let's get back to the article. Hold on there. Article. But the article almost come to an end there. So, but the major part of this article is the corruption between this government and FID, not FID, this government and medical technologies. Because as per Zara Burton rather, investigation, there's a 2 years gap where your taxpayer dollars is providing lucrative government contract to medical tech. Well, to date, we don't know who is the real beneficiary for medical tech, whether it is the MP, whether it is Dr. Bruce, or whoever is the beneficiary. But what is coming out in this article here, there is a 2 year gap where the medical tech and the government and its agency who register these things can give an account. Read the private sector article, refed. Hold on there. Oh God, I cannot stand Metro Siaga. Right, we need to go into the Gleaner to read to find the full article of this. Hold on. Metro Siaga really poses like a bitch, though. Sorry, TikTok. But Dr. Chang said, isn't it? Jamaica cannot fall behind in technology. And seriously, Dr. Chang? Dr. Chang, We've been running a University of Science and Technology from the days of Whoopi and Philip playing marbles on their way to school. What have we invented or innovated, Dr. Chang? So yeah, come say Jamaica, listen, man. Listen, if I look at Israel and America sending them on our depend pan for fool with so now, stop it. Stop it. We know the all are failure. We know say all on our failure, so stop it. I mean, I'll have bullshit for play to the private and to the public sector. But let me see if me quickly waffle through what corrupt Metro Seaga had to say. Transparency demanded. That's the article, isn't it? Beat and teach. Transparency demanded. The private sector organization of Jamaica say it is no more than reasonable. It is no more than reasonable for Jamaicans to know why the law enforcement requirement for FID. This is a confusion. Because a week or two ago, Metro Seaga was defending, am I wrong or right on this? Metro Seaga was defending Dennis Strong's appointment, isn't it? Correct me here, Beat and Teach. Because I want to get my head round it as I go along in the article. If I'm correct, Metro Seaga was defending Tovia, how you do? Was defending Dennis Strong's appointment. And Metro Seaga is now coming out to say it is reasonable for the Jamaican people to know why the requirement, the law enforcement requirement, was removed and was dropped in order to make it work for Dennis Strong. Let's continue reading. At the same time, there is also a call for Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness and his cabinet to intervene to support the release of the information to ensure the public bodies respect Jamaica's constitutional right to information and need for scrutiny of official decision. No, so me can't read straight so without the contention. Is this the private sector falling out with the government? Is this the private sector cannot tolerate this government any longer? This doesn't sound good, Metro Seaga. Andrew, don't sound good at all. While acknowledging the need to protect personal information, POJ President Metro Seaga agreed that the public has a right to understand why the requirement for a critical state job were changed. Chartered accountant Dennis Strong, who was appointed earlier this month as boss of the Financial Crime Investigation Agency, does not have law enforcement experience. Why, Andrew Holness? You need to come to the country and tell us why you reject Fitz Bailey. Fitz Bailey was chosen in the first round of interview. Was it that the Prime Minister intervened and said, I'm not confident because I don't know if Fitz have my back? If a minimum requirement was changed for a position, would it be reasonable, you think, that the country know what led to the change? At the very least, kudo Metro Seaga. No, sir. Yeah, I think so. That's more than reasonable, replied Metro Seaga, who also disclosed that the lobby group, which represent close to 300 of the country's corporate firm, and individual, has written to the Office of the Service Commission seeking clarity. When I remember, I was targeting the Public Service Commission the other day and asking them if they think we should be comfortable with Dennis Chung's appointment. These are the same people that is responsible come September to appoint a new director of public prosecution. What a uchilala. Metro said he continues to support Chung appointment. Here the knife, the sharpened both-way knife. Metro said he continued to support Dennis Chung's appointment. Oh, the bullshit they speak. No, Metro Seaga. Me know me dunce. Me not have a problem with me dunceness because sometimes dunceness is necessary. But if a state rule, Metro Seaga, that everybody prior to the present one, the requirement was strong law enforcement background. Lord Jesus, so long me there this morning. Strong law enforcement background. It was removed to put that person there who does not have that knowledge or experience. What is there to support Metro Seaga? You see, this is the double talking bullshit that the government and the private sector does to the people. You cannot support something that the government, Metro Seaga, that you're coming out and saying the government has ripped up the criteria in order to place this guy there that does not have the experience, but I support this guy. But the government must tell the people why he made that decision. What a load of bullshit coming from Metro Seaga. I don't need to read any more of that article because we've seen and identified the bullshittery, isn't it? This is how them confuse we and double talk we. Well, God, where to go? Hot up on the nerve now. We're going to make Prime Minister speak. Prime Minister Rotherham will take the floor now because we don't have better.
A segment of persons as you go around the country will say, I can't find employment.
I want you to listen carefully to the Prime Minister. I know the Prime Minister words and utterances can get on a jiggy and iggery, but just listen, huh? Just listen. Now go kill him, because if him win a third term, we still have to go listen for another 5 more years. So listen, just a few minutes.
A segment of persons as you go around the country will say, I can't find employment. And the question is why?
Andrew Holness already a blame Uno because no can't find employment. You want to good up here.
That they have not been included in all that is happening in society. Whether it is the HEART program, which is now free, the subsidiary programs of HEART, the CARE program, the LIFT program, all the other programs that we've put in, they are just on the margin. Some of it is attitudinal because they are alienated, they are on the fringe of the society, they simply just don't make themselves available. And so they take a negative view. I can't bother to. And if I go, they're going to turn me away. You hear all of these things. The government is only for the rich. Only rich people will get through. And that is absolutely not the case. And we must challenge that view. And we must be instrumental and deliberate in challenging that view, that the government is only for some people or only for the rich. But then there are those who want to be included, but there are structural issues. And you find that alienation can be very high, particularly in rural communities. So infrastructural things like transportation can be an issue. They just simply can't go to the places where they have to register. Access to the internet, for example, can be an obstacle that excludes Jamaicans from participating in the economy. And there are other issues as well. So when we sit down as a government to make policy to treat with this issue of poverty, we're not just looking at the income that people have and how do we increase their income. We're not just looking at how do we get more people knowledgeable and to use information wisely, information literacy, or enabling access to amenities. We also have to be instrumental in reaching the minds of those persons who feel that the system is against them. So we have to treat this business of alienation, which arises out of the historical inequities in our development as a nation, which has led to quite a large what the economists call income inequality in the country. And we have to tackle that.
You heard it, didn't you? Income equality, the Prime Minister actually said it. Income equality. The Prime Minister actually said the word. Karen Campbell, how are you? Thanks. I'm feeling much better this morning. The Prime Minister actually spoke about income equality. A government who gave himself and Parliament 300% pay rise, a meager 20% to public sector workers. And this government has the nerve to stand and tell public sector workers that this government is working towards income equality in our country, when you would have to freeze your 300% for a long, almighty long time before the public sector catch up with that level, Prime Minister, of income equality. Or the better way, Prime Minister, is to come back down to our 20%. Come back down to our 20%. And these are the things that this little boy go around the country doing. And people do believe Andrew Holness at least the docile labor rights. At least the labor rights, if you put them in a wet paper bag. And if you give them KFC, if it come out, them don't have the sense to pick a hole in it and bust it out and come out. This guy is a criminal. Andrew Holness is a criminal. You just got to listen to his utterances. This guy tell you the crime them what I'm going to do against you. You don't listen to Andrew Holness when him talk. And this is a big problem for the Jamaican people. Massive, massive problem. I find it to be. Andrew Holness speak with forked tongue. What Andrew Holness says, he means the exact opposite or sometimes he tells you the exact truth, but you aren't looking or listening to what the Prime Minister was actually saying to you. Can you really tolerate 5 more years of this? Would you want the country to be at risk for another 5 years? Look at where we have ended up from 2020 to now. Look at where we have ended up, particularly from, because before COVID, we thought Andrew Holness was doing well. Many of us in the country thought before COVID that Andrew Holness was doing well. Look at him now. Look at him now. The head of the legislature, the wife of the Prime Minister. Has anyone seen or heard of her? Are you okay, Miss Holness? Is everything all right with you? For the positions you hold in our country, madam, you are very, very, very irritatingly silent, Miss Holness. I think that is irritating a lot of us. I think that is irritating so much of us, Miss Holness. Your quietness in our country as the First Lady, an MP, and the head of the legislature, a constitutional position, Miss Holness. You are rather quiet. Juliet is mayor. Let me say this. At Andrew Holness's demise, there will be nobody good to lead the Jamaica Labour Party. Do I put my support behind Floyd Green or do I put my support behind Juliet Holness? Is the question. Certainly, Andrew Holness must go. Certainly, Dr. Tufton cannot be put in a position. Beat and teach, we have to have one of them. We have to have one, otherwise we're going to make up one new one. But as it stands, as it stands, we have to take one of them. We know after the general election, Andrew Holness must go. I certainly will ruthlessly campaign against Colleen, you're wicked, you know? But then again, it would be a true representation of the party if we have Warmington as leader. Oh, hey, judgment! If we have Mr. Warmington as leader of the party, I think then we will have a true representation of the Jamaica Labour Party. So probably it wouldn't be a bad thing. But I will ruthlessly campaign against Dr. Tufton, against Darrell Vaz, against Matthew Samuda. I don't know if I should support Juliet. I'm not going to support Currency Morrison. Definitely not. Give it to Babsy. No, sir. What a rickety-kitty. The country would have turned into a proper kete drum then. We could just sing and dance and merry-make all day because Babsy doesn't know anything better, does she? Sing, dancing, and merry-making. So it's, do I support Floyd Green or do I support Juliet Holness? Because Juliet Holness wicked, you know, but Juliet Holness, I think, would be a better wicked than Dr. Tufton, don't you think? Don't you think Juliet Holness would be a better wicked boy than Dr. Tufton? Given the amount of babies get slaughtered by Dr. Tufton in our country, no for burger, no for the people that flat green. The people them say them don't want no for burger. What a disgrace. This party is coming to a collapse. And there's no Nobody leadership-wise or leadership-centered or leadership-capable in the Jamaica Labour Party. Delano, then young people in Jamaica will get fucked if it's Delano, because Delano say young people are make money and I do nothing with it. So you know, say Delano say, he might cut it off and oh no. Jesus have mercy. What a dilemma. What a dilemma that the Jamaica Labour Party has gotten itself into a shit piddle, that there is no viable leader to come after the worst leader that the Jamaica Labour Party has ever seen. When we thought Buster, when we thought Buster was dangerous, when we thought Buster was a criminal, when we thought Buster was a dunce, then comes Andrew Holness. The problem the Jamaica Labour Party is having at the moment, what is worser than Andrew Holness? What will come worser than Andrew Holness? And I think Juliet Holness may be the better criminal than Dr. Tufton. Because Juliet thief, we can deal with the thiefness, but Dr. Tufton got thief and kill we at the same time. Choose what you want. Do you want to be just? Do you want them to just steal from you and go off and leave you with your life? Or do you want it to be done in Dr. Tufton way? Steal from you and kill you. Stacey and leave it. Oh, you do. Oh, we don't want it. How do you all want it? Decide. Because nothing good is going to come off the Jamaica Labour Party with or after Andrew Holness. Because you see, Andrew Holness has not only hijacked the country, Andrew Holness has also hijacked the Labour Party and destroyed it. Andrew Holness has left the Jamaica Labour Party in a position where they may just have to leave it to him. They may just have to leave it to him, make him one taka with it. What worse or what worser will come after Andrew Holness? Will it be worser, or would it be a better criminal than Andrew Holness, or a better cook? But certainly, if we take Dr. Tufton and give him the leadership of the Jamaica Labour Party after the demise of Andrew Holness, you can all decide to go to hell in a handcart, because Dr. Tufton has been taking us there regularly and back for the last 10 years. I mean, by killing 15,000 of us on a yearly basis, by killing our babies with infection and covering it up, by killing 24 babies in 24 days and blame it on their premature birth. Are we here for premature birth and kill baby again, Dr. Tufton? 1 and 2 may slip through the net. 24, 1 a day. You don't have incubators. You don't have oxygen. You don't have neonatal care beds. Isn't these the problem, Dr. Tufton? What you say? Give it to Rhoda? Lord Jesus. And Rhoda, now we just come tell we fuckery, because I know Rhoda love talk a lot of nonsense. I'm finding her good at the nonsenses in these days. She's getting better at the nonsense that she speaks when she get on political stage. I'm not saying they're more coherent. I'm just saying she's getting better at the nonsense. Because when I see Rhoda up on political stage, I don't know what she's talking about. I really don't know what dear old Cleopatra is talking about. We have anything else on with slide to tackle? Dr. Tufton, don't confuse me. Can't bother with Andrew Holness Road right here now. Cock-and-Cockmouth. That Andrew Holness Road is Cock-and-Cockmouth. Technology Minister Darrell Vaz has issued a call to his fellow politicians to restore civility in public discourse. Jesus. Should I respond? You think that deserves a response? I certainly don't think so. And if I do, Mr. Vaz, I'll go quiet or I'll go revival on you. You see, one of the amazing thing about the Jamaica Labour Party, and I don't know if you all have noticed that, they have mastered the art of bullshittery. If you do not understand what bullshittery is, or the definition of bullshittery, all you have to do, just simply pay attention when Laborites speak. If you want to understand what bullshittery is, or what the definition of bullshittery is, you only have to listen when Laborites speak. I don't know what civil discourse he's talking about. Darrell Vaz is the one who went on political stage and asked his friends to attack homosexuals, something his wife is. The minister regularly advanced racial attacks or supported racial attacks against Mark Golden. You send me something about Anvaz, tag it to me. Because I don't know how to translate when Anvaz talk, you know. Oh, you mean the Gleaner article going where you say, oh, never mind the deaf woman. Never mind the poor deaf woman. This is the Jamaica Labour Party. This is Darrell Vaz, who twice, Mr. Vaz, twice told the people of Jamaica on a political stage that you are going to cut somebody's throat, Mr. Vaz. Do you remember? And then the same Darrell Vaz is coming out to speak to himself. Have Laborites. There is a thing called quiet reflection. Quiet reflection, Laborites. Because maybe if we don't do that, one wouldn't come say these embarrassing things about yourself. Who are you talking to about having civility in public discourse? Aren't you the animal and the hooligan that regularly goes on political stage and make violent, suggestive remarks? You are the minister, Darrell Vaz, who raped and murdered Dan Simmons, wasn't it? And then the same minister is coming to tell us, fuck all. They have mastered bullshit, is my point. The Laborites have mastered the art of bullshit. That is bullshit coming from Darrell Vaz. Leave it to somebody else. Leave it to capable people. Civil discourse and labor rights in the same sentence. The murder of Dr. Bloomfield, Mr. Vaz. Civil discourse
Sweet, sweet Zion. Which church can compare to them sweet sound? Just your mouth, you know, man. Yes, I am Jesus. But that's sweet sounds of Zion. 60% of your people. Subscribe and get your right. It is a right. Me.
You see, any day the people of Jamaica wake up, all it will take is a handful of sand. When you all wake up, you will challenge these bullshit with a handful of sand. All you have to do when politicians open their mouth and start tell the lie, you throw a handful of sand down them throat or in them face, the lie cuts out. I saw we fight dog at St. Elizabeth. I saw we fight dog at Parati. If dog attack you, take up a handful of sand and you aim for the mouth. Dog have a choke. And that we need to wake up and focus on with politicians them and stop protect them for commit crime against we. Thief in JLP supporters. Hungry belly KFC loving JLP supporters. We're not struggling, you know. Even though I know say me cuss you know, when me want to. But sometimes me sorry for you know. Because you see, education, says the Prime Minister. Are the Prime Minister say so? Or are them docile of Sheeda? Who says so? One of them talk about Ed Bartlett. Never mind you right now. Somebody spoke about education is the way out. You mean in our country? In our country. In our country, I don't see it yet. We don't see it, Prime Minister. Education is the cornerstone of an enlightened society. Now you understand why everything is so fucked up in Jamaica, why we are so endarkened, because we're not enlightened. Because if we were enlightened, Andrew Holness would have to step aside long time, because the people of Jamaica would have showed him their powers. It is why we are distraught with education, because we don't want a docile population. We don't want people who cannot think, people who listen and run with narratives spoken by people who have illustrious degrees, is what you all want. Is why to destroy with education. So when they come to us say education is the cornerstone of an enlightened society, they're in reverse telling us destruction of education is the docility of a society. Is it not? Is that not what they're doing to us? Anyway, you're going to enjoy the rest of government day, because a 33-degree outer door in a house hot just like outer door, so we might as well stay outer door in the heat. Don't you think? Anyway, my people, thank you very much. I have 2 bottles of water freezing in a fridge. So it's a day today where you just have to battle with the heat and the humidity. So we prepare for it, and we are going to deal with it. But thank you all for being here. Oh, Esmeralda said something, didn't she? Esmeralda. I wish you there. Where Esmeralda? Hold on, let me see if I find Esmeralda. There's a new story with Esmeralda and the whole thing to do with the pay for the public sector as well. Where is Ezzy?
Announcement made by the finance minister that eligible public.
Hold on there. Oh, it's in slot. Like we finish with Lady Esmeralda.
The president of the Jamaica Civil Service Association is viewing as disingenuous an announcement made by the finance minister that eligible public sector workers are set to benefit from significant salary adjustments this fiscal year. Carrie-Ann Simpson reports.
On Monday, Finance Minister Favour Williams announced that the move of up to 3 increases in the salary scales for eligible public sector workers will amount to an increase in basic salary of approximately 7.7% for most persons this fiscal year. The announcement comes amid rumblings in the sector following reports that the government's wage offer does not include increases in basic salaries for the 2025-2026 financial year, which started on April 1 and will end on March 31 next year. Minister Williams also indicated that the decision to allow movement of up to 3 increments in the fiscal year was reached through discussions with the Jamaica Confederations of Trade Unions. President of the Jamaica Civil Service Association, Tisha Clark Griffiths, reacted.
This discussion started when the compensation restructuring ended on in April 2022. Now, what has happened in 2022 was that after the implementation of the compensation restructuring, which, by the way, Jody, would have moved the increment scales from 8 points to 13 points. Every single public sector worker that was transitioned under the compensation restructuring would have been at the same point in the scale since April 1, 2022. So nobody moved.
She explained that when the finance minister indicated that phase 2 would be implemented, there was a drawback due to discrepancies of the scales.
What we recognized then was that there was disparity in the scales and that it was unfair for public sector workers' scale to be increased from 8 points to 13 and that nobody can move along the scale. It means, therefore, that we would have been in the scale for 16 years and not 13 years. No, the unions came together and said to the government, we cannot freeze persons' wages at the point of the scale that they were transitioned, and therefore we were renegotiating our position to get back our increments that were unilaterally taken from us.
Mrs. Clark Griffiths insists the adjustments are an entitlement, not a gift.
We should have moved every year by 1 increment. So it is something that we are entitled to from 2022. And what the minister did not say is that we would have given up our retroactive payments. So we did not get any retroactive payment from 2022 to 2025 on the outstanding increment.
She described Mrs. Williams' comments as disingenuous. And as for the June deadline for payments of the increments in salaries,
I know that most ministry departments and agencies was paid between April and May. There are still a few outstanding ones. The ministry has indicated that they will submit to the various ministries the budget.
Sometimes I really hate when people speak in an academic fashion because disingenuous is just basically lying and wicked. Favour Williams is just basically lying wicked. It's not just being disingenuous. Disingenuous is just an academic word. But this is how them teach with to fool the people. No, finally, we have to pay ISAT client 120 million rather, for the unlawful imprisonment for 50 years and remand without trial. You really couldn't make it up in any other society other than Jamaica. And yes, finally, this is the final issue we're dealing with. All if nothing coming out dealing with this morning. Is there a war now between the Director of Public Prosecution and NEPA? Is there problem brewing, disagreement brewing between NEPA and the Director of Public Prosecution? Because the Director of Public Prosecution has pulled another NEPA case saying they don't have enough evidence to secure a prosecution. NEPA officials, on the other hand, is saying, NEPA, on the other hand, is saying we have enough evidence to go to court. We have enough evidence to go to court. But them say, Paula say, them never collect the evidence what she want to secure a conviction. So we look like everybody at odds. Everybody in our country just a walk and do what they feel like do, or what they think is best for us. Play Anvaz and the Comedian. Which Anvaz and the Comedian you're talking about? Did you send it to me? Hold on.
Listen to what Boom say. Listen to what Boom say.
What is that? We want Boston Beach. What is your talk beat and teach? Also, Boston Beach is a labor right. Galang in here now. Boston Beach belong to labor rights? No. No, sir. So.
Them don't see. Them don't see. Don't see. Up the phone and carry the message. Don't see. Hey boy. Simple eyes of great man reach and kept. Them don't know it. Hey Jamaican. Hey Damien Crawford. Let's hear some man. You couldn't tell me something for the labor right them can't read all right. You couldn't tell me something.
Not the people of Jamaica want it back, you know. We, the labor rights, want back Boston Beach. Just like the labor rights took Blue Lagoon from us.
Them don't see. Them don't see. Up the phone and carry the message. Don't see. Hey boy. Simple heights of great man reach and kept. Them no know it. Hey, Jamaican. Hey, Damien Crawford. Let's hear some man. You couldn't tell me enough of the labor right them can't read and write. You couldn't tell me enough of them done so over there. Shame on this place, man, them man. Yeah? And what this father got? And what one? Sure, Brian. And what one over there, son? You don't see what one? Hey! And then you not come one that you know come size up with your bright leader. BNP, show them how bright, yeah, man. Dr. Dayton Bright, yes, him can read and write. Crawford, you beat them daily, them can't put up no fight. Isaac Buchanan, where they over Portland.
Hey. I don't know when I go to the morning when Isaac Buchanan win Rich East Portland, you know. The jewel in the crown of Portland is East Portland. What I go do? The vases. Petty fans and petty farden. What I go do? Because West Portland is not enough for you all. The rich plushness of East Portland is what perturbed Darrell Vaz because it has already slipped out of their hands. You see, the people of East Portland required representation. They need people who can address the issues that are concern of theirs, not people who are unable to read even what is on paper. Goodbye, globalists. Thank you for being here this morning. Join us back this evening for the people's point of view when we will do it all over again. Good morning and good afternoon from Global TV.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear not hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside a rub and cheat, and not press the poor. Make up what I sing to. Make a man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan. Make a man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead can sell out Rasta and sell out and sell out Babylon. You might throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black baby man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and throw one stone.
Yes, David, thank you very much. Because I have a statement right over here.
Oh, what a black baby man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.